dark and mysterious. What's going on, folks? We are here at Gallery 16 in San Francisco. We're here for a Grid 2 event. I'm joined tonight by senior executive producer Clive Moody. Clyde, how you doing?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Excited to see the game. You know, Codemasters Racing puts out some incredible racing games, some very gorgeous racing games. We're looking at Grid 2 tonight on the PC. Kind of top of the line stuff here, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're really proud of what we've got here. Grid 2's great spiritual successor to the first game.
Well, let's get down to it and look at the actual game, Grid 2 in action. Let's go. All right, Clive, we just started a race here. Give the folks at home some context. What's the track we're looking at here?
So this is Barcelona, one of the new street circuits that we have in Grid 2. Barcelona, really beautiful city, iconic architecture.
Yeah.
Looks great in the game.
And what are we driving in right now?
So we're driving here a BMW E30 M Series, classic old car there, pitching it up against a whole bunch of European cars. So there's a Golf R in there, there's an Alfa Romeo Giulietta and a Subaru BRZ as well, just to put the Japanese element in.
Now this is, Grid 2 and the original Grid obviously share a lot of DNA with the Colin McRae, the Dirt series, and we've had several Dirt games since the last Grid. What would you say is kind of philosophically the big difference between Dirt and Grid?
Well, I suppose the obvious difference really is the style of racing. Dirt's very much an off-road experience.
Certainly.
Grid's all about the tarmac, you know, and it's a much, much more aggressive style of racing. It's about pack racing, action, emotion, drama.
Now we're seeing kind of multiple paths here. We see a little split in the roadway happening here. We also have a countdown timer top of the screen, so we've got an elimination race going here. Clive, can you kind of explore for us just a little bit of what you guys are changing from the original Grid?
Yeah, absolutely. I suppose one of the key changes with Grid 2 is the way we're introducing this real narrative element to it, a story,
okay,
a journey for the gamer. So, you know, they start out at this grassroots low level, and what happens in the game is constantly evolving to reflect your successes on the track, on the circuit. So you start out at a club level event like you see here in Barcelona,
right,
and you can see those fairly low levels of crowds, not really any major sponsorship around the track. And you're there trying to win fans, you're trying to earn their respect, and you're trying to get the respect of the other drivers to get them to join this World Series. So that's the goal, and as you progress through, you gain more and more fans, you bring on board more and more of these clubs, more and more of all these diverse styles of racing and cars, ultimately leading up to this global phenomenon that's the World Series.
So let's just talk about track diversity, car diversity. What are you guys loading up the game with?
Well, there's three really key types of location that we have. We have street circuits, like you see here in Barcelona. We also have open roads. They're a new addition for Grid 2. So they're fast, sweeping point-to-points. We've already shown California Coast as just one of those. And they have this great additional danger element. We take away all those things like Armco barriers and tire walls. So there are sheer cliffs, there are rock edges, there are forests that you can drive into if you're not right on it. And then thirdly, we have our traditional motorsport circuits from around the world. You know, new classics like Yas Marina in Abu Dhabi, the F1 circuit, and iconic legends like Brands Hatch in the UK. Circuit racing, you know, it's all about shaving tenths of seconds off your lap times. It's all about the racing line.
Just trying to reach perfection.
Absolutely.
So can we check out one of the other, I know there's a couple other tracks in here?
Yeah, absolutely. Sure we can.
All right, so we're at the Red Bull Ring in Austria.
That's right, yeah. The Red Bull Ring's actually an ex-Formula One circuit.
Yeah.
So what we've got here is some road legal, but you tend not to take them on the road, but road legal track day cars. So player cars are back mono. This is a small company in the UK, run by some brothers. They make this super lightweight, open wheeler, carbon fiber body, really great power.
These look so dangerous.
They are absolutely mental. And we're pitching it up against an Aerial Atom and also KTM Crossbow. So 3 super lightweight track cars. Very, very agile, very quick, but a lot more grippy than the BMW that you saw in Barcelona.
Yeah, you can kind of kick it out around the corners in that BMW. That's not going to work here.
Absolutely not. This is what I was saying about circuit racing. It's about the racing line. It's about finding your braking points, turning in at the right moment, getting that power down at the right moment as well to get the maximum entry and exit speeds on the corners.
Now let's see if you can get around here. He's trying to make the pass. In the corner, no, not in this one.
Looking tight.
Oh, it's getting a little bit there. Tucking in, taking a couple of positions. Now, you know, I don't want to sound too, you know, I don't want to kiss your ass too much here, Clive. I'm just going to talk real to you right now. But I think, you know, the original Grid and you know, the last few Dirt games, some of the most visually impressive racing games that I think have been made, just, you know, full stop. And what we're seeing of Grid 2 here tonight, you know, looks absolutely fantastic. What do you credit that to? Like, what is your feeling on that?
Well, I guess there's 2 elements. I mean, we put a huge amount of effort into the visuals, obviously. But we got some brand new technology in this game, which is a massive step for us. And it's all based around the lighting that you see on the track.
Yeah.
We have new processors in there that both offline and online make the game just look phenomenal. There's all bounce-like calculations, ambient-like calculations, and I think more than anything, the thing which impresses me about this technology is the cars feel part of the actual scene, not something which is just pasted in or dropped in and looks like it's showroom lit versus real environment lit.
No, it definitely seems like you are there. Now, obviously, we're looking at this on a very top-of-the-line PC here tonight. And I'm not going to try and I'm not trying to trick you here. Just to be clear. But any thoughts about this sort of technology with the next gen? It's, you know, it's kind of the thing that's on a lot of people's minds right now.
Yeah, you know, like a lot of people, we're also waiting to find out what next gen offers for us. And I think, you know, PC clearly probably gives you a good indication, but
it definitely seems like that's the direction, right?
Yeah, I think so. You know, we'll wait and see what Sony and Microsoft can come up with.
Now, what would you say has changed? Now, we've talked a lot kind of about the visuals here, but as far as the simulation part of the game goes, but that part of the experience, what would you say has changed since the original Grid?
So we put a lot more effort into our car physics technology. There's a really detailed simulation now in terms of what the tyres are doing, that connection to the tarmac, and also the suspension as well. We run our physics at super high refresh rates, 1,000 times a second.
Okay.
And that makes a huge difference. Without getting too technical about it.
But that's not just a superficial thing. That's something that actually impacts the simulation.
Completely. Think about it. You know, cars doing 100, 200 miles an hour, they're traveling an enormous distance every second. If you want to capture every nuance and undulation in that road surface, you've got to sample super quickly. Otherwise, you're not getting the true feeling of what's going on that road surface coming through. So that's what we do. And it has a fantastic side effect. By sampling that quickly, we don't have to layer on assists. What you've got is the pure physics coming through. Nothing added, nothing taken away.
Well, it looks absolutely fantastic. It's a lot of fun to play already here in this alpha state. Clive, when are we going to get Grid 2 on store shelves?
So Grid 2 is out on the 28th of May of this year, coming out PC, Xbox 360 and PS3.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for your time, sir.
Superb, thank you.